Hi, I'm Richard Peterson.
And I'm Christy.
And welcome back to our YouTube channel,
Fulfill
the Game of Life.
We want to thank you for taking the time to watch our second video, and we hope that you've been thinking about the magic number. And in review, the magic number is the average monthly expenses that you're going to need to maintain the lifestyle of your choice.
But today, we're going to try to shift video format so we're not just on the camera talking the whole time, give you some good graphics and try to make it pretty engaging and a little bit shorter.
So before we get moving, I want to remind you to click the subscribe button and go ahead and take some time to give us a thumbs up. As you recall, though, I'm going to make a series of videos on how to acquire a visa. For now, I'm going to give you over to Richard so he can give you today's video content. So, adios.
Now, as I said, today we're going to be switching formats so we're not just sitting here talking to you the whole time. So let's go ahead and get started. We have a particular way that we're looking at the game of life. We believe the game of life comes from the understanding that as in the picture you see, that time just marches forward. We begin our lives young, we end our lives with age and with experience, and in the middle of those we have happiness, find mates, we look for the things that make us happy, and we work toward those things. Understanding the game of life becomes quite a bit clearer when you start understanding the phases of life. Of course, we all go through infancy with very little memory, and then we spend the first real phase of our lives acquiring an education, the ability to read, to write, and to do arithmetic. And we then take those abilities and we become contributors to society. We take jobs that help people and that provide goods and services for other people. And only after we have worked many years of our lives do we hopefully get the chance to live our golden years a bit more carefree. And of course, the final phase of life, the finality. Well, when you start putting numbers to these phases, things get very interesting. Of course, by the time we're finished with high school, most people are about 18 years old. And what I don't think that people think about as often as we should is, well, what does the end look like? Well, Social Security in America, the system designed really to help seniors in the final years of their lives, has a target retirement date of 67 years old. And in America, the average life expectancy is 78 years. U.S. citizens work from the time they're 18 to 67 years old. That's 49 years. Now, is that different from other places in the world? I'm sure it is. I don't have the expertise to tell you how every other country deals with retirement. I'm a U.S. citizen, so I am familiar with the way our system is designed. So forgive me if it's better or worse in other places. The facts are, from the time you're 18 to the time you're 67, you work in America. That's 49 years. That's basically 80% of your adult life as a working component of our society. So now, understanding the numbers that really describe the phases in life in America, we ask the question, so what is the game of life? Well, we believe it's earning your life back one decision at a time. How do you earn your life back? By making good financial decisions, by making good career decisions, by making good family decisions. How do you make good decisions that enable you to earn 1 year of your life back with every decision that you make? 18 to 67, the average lifespan of 78. You give 49 of your years to society. Mind you as well, it's not just 49 years, it's the years that you feel good when you get up in the morning, instead of when you're 67 to 78 and you have the aches and pains of age. So not only do you give 49 years to society, you give the best 49 years to society. So what are we going to do differently? How are we going to change our outcome? Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to rearrange the phases of life, and we're going to insert the piece that we're not taught very well. How do we look at our nest egg? How do we create the right nest egg? And how do we make decisions to get there? We believe that's why you're on this channel. So how are we going to do it? Well, we're excited to share that we're going to do this in a really unique way. Are you ready? We're going to walk through the decisions you make in your life, and we're going to convert them to years of retirement. So you get to ask yourself the next big purchase you make, if it cost me 4 years of retirement, would I rather find an alternative that cost me 1 year of my life? If you still want to make the decision that cost you 4 years of your life, that's okay. Those are your decisions. As long as you make those decisions fully aware of the ramification of the decision you're making, then we've accomplished our mission of helping you, and you're making an informed decision. Without further ado, we're going to stop the philosophy and we're going to head directly into the tools that allow us to do the calculations necessary to think clearly and make those conscious decisions. All right, guys, we're super excited now to finally get past the philosophies and why we did what we did, and just start walking you through with the tool that helps provide a real visual to show you why we really believe that retiring early is quite possible, and we are going to show you how in the long run to actually make these things happen. I want to give you a really quick overview of a tool. This is the beginning of a tool that goes much deeper with the decisions kind of in life, and we'll use some in our future. But right now, what I want to show you is the first thoughts of retiring early. How do you begin to visualize it? Well, this tool is put together to try to make this very clear, right? On the top line here is the age timeline. And on the age timeline, there are two critical ages, right? The age at which you currently sit, which is why this cell is turned blue, and the age in which you're targeting retirement, which is why this cell is blue. So everything between here is are the years that we're basically still working for a living, and then everything to the left here is life that's already gone past, and out to the right here is the life that we need to cover without working a full-time job. As a quick walkthrough, what happens if we're really 35? Well, you can see our timeline changes, and in subsequent videos, this number will actually have a real impact on the decisions that we make and how quickly we need to make those decisions. And then, of course, what happens if I want to retire not at 55 but at 56, or at 57, or at 58, or 59, or 60? You can see our numbers change automatically for us. In order to really kick off the thought process, though, we're going to bring right back in the magic number that we used last video that we kicked off to you guys. The magic number is magical because everything builds off the magic number. And as we told you, the $2,500 a month we think is a lifestyle that we're excited to actually live. You'll have to look at yourself, your own circumstances, where you might want to live, whether or not it's in a lower cost region than Portugal, whether it's in Portugal, or whether you want to stay home. Those are all okay. You just have to understand what does it cost you to live in the scenario that you choose. Well, $2,500 a month for us, and that turns into $30,000 a year. What this top level model is just trying to show a really clear mental picture is, well, the year I retire, which is I'm 60, I no longer have income coming in. By this scenario, by the magic number, we need $30,000 for 60. Then we need $30,000 for 61. Then we need $30,000 for 62, and so forth. So all the way through 72, we need $390,000 to actually live from 60 to 72. Now, in the future, we'll go out as far as anyone really wants to go out, and this is what that number turns out to be if you live all the way through 90 years old. But I want to leave you with the thought process of $390,000 for our scenario if you want to retire at 60 years old. I do want to make this clear, though. This is cash flow. This is not money in the bank. This is cash flow. As an example, if you owned a rental house and that rental house brought in $1,000 a month for you, the money's not sitting in the bank today of that rental house, but every month that you own it, there's $1,000 more in your pocket that you get to spend, right? So one rental house would give you a cash flow of about $12,000. As long as it's rented, obviously. If you just managed in your lifetime 3 rentals at $1,000 each, you're bringing in $3,000 a month from the 3 rentals. and you're spending $2,500 a month with your magic number. Understand that cash flow is not money in the bank, it's how much money you need coming in. So at the very top level, you start to have a mental picture today. How old are you? When do you want to retire? And what's the lifestyle you want to lead? This will begin the basis of our subsequent videos to show you the rest of the impacts, the numbers that flow through your life, and how we can make those decisions to actually achieve early retirement.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope it was very informative. And now I will welcome Christy back.
Oh. That was a tough fall.
Are you going to say anything? We're just going to keep talking to each other.
What would you like for me to say? Thank you for watching us this far. Thank you for staying this long. Thank you for giving us your attention for this long. Thank you for staying this long on the video. Thank you for staying. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching till the end.
Remember to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. I don't guess that was ever going to occur to you.
Oh, yes. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe.